with you. I wanted to go over the homework from 6-1. This is mostly for period 7, but anyone's welcome to take part in it. Looks like 2 sides of a page, fairly easy. I hope you agree. So what we did last class with period 8, remember they're a day ahead of you, we went over this homework for about 10 minutes and I taught the new lesson. So I'm going to put up videos for these answers and the notes for 6-2 and the homework for 6-2. Just to keep you up to speed with period 8, and they need to see it as well. Anyway, here we go. These problems here state the domain and range. Remember that when your domain and range are a set of points that you can actually count, then your domain is simply going to be using curly braces. You're just going to list the points. I like to list them in order from lowest to highest, without repetition, and your range should also be lowest to highest without repetition, and there you go. B is the same way. My domain will consist of the points 1/2 and 1 and 3/2. My range will consist of the 3 points -3, 0, and 3. All right, number 2, are these functions or not? Remember, we're looking for repetition in the x variable. I don't see any for choice A. There's no repetition. Therefore, yes, it is a function. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say function check. Letter B, no repetition in the x column, so I'm going to say, or x row, I'm going to say it is a function. However, look at letter C. This number 3 is mapping to 2 different y values. That is not allowed. So it is not a function. It fails to be a function. Rather, it's just a relation between the 2 variables, or a relationship. It's a relation between x and y, but not, in particular, it's not a function. Letter D, there's lots of repetition in x. So that is no good. That is not a function. It's just a relation. Letter E, we're going to do the vertical line test. If it passes the vertical line test, then it is a function. This one does not pass. It is hitting more than 1 point. You see we have many, many x values that are mapping to 2 different y values. So this is not a function. And similarly for letter F, here's a vertical line that passes through hitting 2 points. So not a function at all. All right, using a graphing calculator, this should be fairly easy. They're all functions if you plug them into your calculator. Letter B is just a horizontal line. That's going to pass the vertical line test. In fact, the only one that doesn't pass is the vertical line, which should kind of make sense, right? Because a vertical line, by definition, would not pass the vertical line test. All right, so, but this is more like a calculator exercise than anything. All right, and then number 4 on the back, it has 8 parts, and it's just about plugging in and getting values. So this should be very easy, I hope, for you. F of 3 without a calculator. So F of 3, we're going to replace every x with 3. 2 times 3 minus 3 over 3 plus 5. I got 3/8 when I did this. We'll go across h of 2 minus g of 2. Well, h of 2, remember, in the h function, replace every x with 2. So 2 times 2 squared, that's a lot of 2's, minus 2 times 2 minus 3. Oh boy, what is that? 2 times 4 is 8, minus 2 times -1. I think that's 10. I'm running out of room. G of 2, I'll do it over here, is 2 times 2 squared minus 5. 2 times 2 squared minus 5. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 5 is 3. So the whole thing is h of 2 minus g of 2. Do a different color. Minus g of 2. So it's 10 minus 3 equals 7. That's a lot of work for a not satisfying answer. Here in these are called compositions, and I want to evaluate the inside piece first. So the question is, what is g of -1? So let's do 2 times -1 squared minus 5. I don't think you'll forget, but don't forget that -1 squared is +1. 2 minus 5 is -3. That value needs to go back in. And now what is g of -3? That's 2 times -3 squared minus 5. 2 times 9 minus 5 should be 13, final answer. H of -5. I'm not a big fan of this h function. It's a little messy. 2 times -5 squared minus, check this out, -5 times -5 minus 3. All right, deep breath. -5 squared, 25 times 2 is 50 minus, and then -5 times -8 is 40. And isn't that just 50 minus 40, which is 10? G of x plus h. What this means is, just like with the numbers, you see how this is an algebraic expression. Your answer will not be a satisfying number. It's just going to have variables in it. So g of x is 2x squared minus 5. So g of x plus h is 2, let me look at that function again, 2x squared minus 5. So 2x plus h squared minus 5. And we're going to work this out, okay? So I hope you remember x plus h, when you square it, gives you x squared plus 2xh plus h squared, and then minus 5. If you don't remember that, I'd like you to remember that shortcut. And if you haven't learned it yet, just FOIL it out until you start to, memorize that. 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared minus 5 is the final answer. Letter F is another composition. I'm going to do g of 0. G of 0. 2 times 0 squared minus 5, that's -5. I'm going to plug that result into the f function. 2 times -5 minus 3 over -5 plus 5. I see a problem there. Can't have a denominator of 0. I don't care what the top is. That's undefined. So kind of like a no answer. It's undefined. F of 2k, this letter G, very similar to letter E, but I think much simpler. My f function is 2x minus 3 over x plus 5. So that's 2x, or rather 2 times 2k minus 3 over x, which is now 2k plus 5. Let's just simplify that. What's 2 times 2k? 4k minus 3 over 2k plus 5. Nothing cancels. You can only cancel factors and not terms. I think most of you know that already. And then finally, g of 2x squared. Well, g is 2x squared minus 5. So it's 2. Let me write out the rule first. G of 2x squared is 2 times, normally it's x squared minus 5, but here I'm replacing the x with this rule, this value. So it's that number squared minus 5, and let's just evaluate it. What is 2x squared squared? Isn't that 4x to the 4th? Times the 2 that's out there, minus 5. And isn't that just 8x to the 4th minus 5? There you go. The rest were all calculator based, so I'm not going to show the work for this. You would just plug this into a calculator. I mean, you could do it by hand, absolutely, but it's like a free pass not to show work. And I'm just copying this from an answer key I had already done previously, 97973. Usually it's a standard to just do 3 decimal places. I mean, if you had just put 3.180, that would have been fine. I'm going to do that, 3.180. unless the problem asks for more. And these last ones are 30 and 51.84. All right, boys and girls, that was fun. So we have the answers now to lesson 6.1. I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to put up 6.2 very soon. Thanks, guys. See you later.